Hello, in this tutorial I'm going to show you exactly how and when we can use pointers in our programs. Let me give you one popular example. Say you need to swap two variables in your program, and for that you need to write a function. Say your program need is that you need to do the swapping between two integer numbers frequently. So if you are doing something frequently, it's always better to write a function. So how do you write the swap function? So you can go and write the swap function in this way. It's going to receive two integer numbers because it's intent to swap two values, say a and b, and you need to swap them. So I can take one temporary variable in order to swap a and b. So a goes to temp. We are keeping a temporarily in the temp variable. Then a is assigned with b, and then b is assigned with temp again. So that will definitely swap the content of a and b. But the fact is that if I go and call swap from main or any other function, the actual locations are not going to be affected by this swap operation. Let's show you how it is working. So I have a variable x with 100 and y with 200. And in order to swap between x and y, I'm just calling swap function and passing x and y. And then after swapping, I'm printing the content of x and y again. So x equals to %d, y equals to %d, and I'm printing x and y. I can just print this x and y prior to the swap function call as well, in order to show you that they are same or different. So let's see what's the output. Now you can see that it's not done actually. The swap function is not working. Although the code of the swap function is perfect, but there is a fundamental flaw. Now while we called the swap function, we passed the values to the swap function, and the swap function did the swapping actually within the local context of the swap itself. It is not affected to the original location. Here the x and y are the local variables to the main. So x contains 100, y contains 200. And when we are calling this swap function, the content of x is passed here to a. So a gets 100, and the content of y is passed to b. So b gets 200. Now here we are swapping between a and b. A and b are formal arguments to the swap function, and they are local to this function swap. Obviously, the swapping takes place here. We had this temp here. Now here temp is assigned with a, that means it is 100, and then a is assigned with b. As you can see that it's actually 200 now. It's actually 200 now, and then b is assigned with temp. So b gets the value of temp, and that is 100. That was kept earlier with temp. So here is it. Here it is. So here we get that a and b has been swapped. Earlier a was 100, b was 200. Now it is swapped. But as soon as we are coming out of the function swap, these values get lost since they are local to the swap function. Nothing is actually reflected here. The swap function takes place, swap function swaps these a and b. No effect is actually reflected back here in the original location x and y. So when we are coming out of the swap function, variable a and b are local, and they are deallocated, and here on getting back to main, we are getting the same value here in x and y. So in order to do away with this problem, what we need to do is to pass the address of these x and y to the swap function instead of passing the values. So if we had passed the address to the swap function, then obviously using that address we could have actually accessed the original location in the main and could have changed the values there in the actual location. So from the actual argument, what we need to do is to pass the address of the variables in such cases. Obviously the variables are having addresses, and we can just send the address to the function. So in this case, what we will do, we'll just write here $x and $y. And so we need to have a pointer here because we are sending the address of variables, so it has to be captured in pointers. Since the variables are integers that we are passing to the swap function, so it's integer pointer. Now what is happening here, the variable x is here at main and it is containing 100, and say the address of x is 5000, and we have another variable y and the content of y is 200, and we are actually having, say, the address of y is 5004. Now what is happening here, we are passing the address of x and address of y. So this 5000 and this 5004 are passed to the function. That means here in A we are receiving 5000 and in B we are receiving 5004. So since A is a pointer and is having the A is an integer pointer and it has received 5000, so it's going to point to the 5000 location, and that is the x. And similarly B is going to point to this 5004 location, that is y. So now from within this function, if we just use A to derefer, then star A is going to indicate this value, this 4 bytes in the actual location. So from within the function we can access the actual location from where the variable came, so from where the address came to the function. So here we go, we can now just change the code and use the pointer notation in order to access the original location. So here it should be star A, that means star A means value at the address 5000, that's 100. Star B goes to star A, then temp is assigned to star B. Now what is happening here, we have this temp declared as well. Now temp equals to star A means these 4 bytes starting from 5000 location, because 5000 is there at A. So now star A means 100, so 100 will be kept at temp. Then star A equals to star B. Star A means this 4 bytes. This is assigned with star B, that means this 4 bytes. So this 200 is actually coming here. And then star B is assigned with 100 temp. Star B means again this location. So this is assigned with the temp, that is 100. And when we get back from the function and come back to the main and print the x and y, they are actually swapped. You can see that the swapping takes place in the original location. By using the pointers we can access the original location. Since the name of the variables x and y is not available in the function, but the address of the variables x and y are available here in the swap function, so we have used the address in order to manipulate the original location. That's the primary benefit of having pointers. So let me just go ahead and execute this. You'll understand, you'll see that the swap function really swapped the values. You can see that it's 200 and 100. Yes, the value of x and y has been swapped. Thank you.